now might be a good time to get in some initial reaction to that Chris Boucher and Thaddeus Young returning to Toronto Raptors. It's pretty much the first reaction that we have to it. So reported by Woj that Chris Boucher signed for the Raptors at maybe Shams first, but Chris Boucher returning to the Raptors for a 3-year, $32.25 million deal. I personally would have preferred if this one was not fully guaranteed. I think it's a very slight overpay at that amount. I wanted to keep him under $11 million. He ends up getting 11.75 a year, which, you know, is a very slight overpay. But it was important to get him back. I understand that Chris Boucher is a big energy guy, one of the biggest components of the bench for the Raptors. I know it struggled a lot at the start of the season, but as he started to get better, that made a big difference for the Raptors 100%. So we love that. We don't love that. We like it though. Chris Boucher returns. At least we can sort that out. And my goal really for, you know, today is, you know, as it's still going on, we can still sign a guy in the mid-level exception worth like $10.5 million. My goal for today was to really make sure we lock in Chris Boucher and Thaddeus Young. It was nice to see that we were able to get Chris Boucher. And once that was figured out, we were also to bring in Thaddeus Young. Now, I really like this deal for Thad. You bring in Thaddeus Young on a 2-year, $16 million deal. First of all, $8 million with Thaddeus Young. I think that's great. And I think that signing Boucher and Thaddeus Young for under $20 million combined is a great win for the Raptors. It does free up, like I said, that non-taxpayer mid-level exception, which I believe is worth $10.49 million, somewhere around there, just over $10 million. The Raptors can use on bringing in another guy to add in some depth. There are some good candidates available still. We'll see what kind of happens for the rest of the day, but I like that situation there. Thaddeus Young, now that we've kind of sorted out the contracts as far as he goes, getting Thaddeus Young for 2 more years, like, you know, I was already saying that after drafting Christian Koloko 33rd overall, that the Thaddeus Young trade at the deadline, it was looking even better. You know, you trade Goran Dragic, you give up that first, you still get Koloko in the second round, which is a good signing in the draft. And then Thaddeus Young, who was supposed to be really a rental, did well for the Raptors, helped us quite a bit in the playoffs, in my opinion, helped us get a couple of wins in the playoffs, and now it's not a rental. Now you have Thaddeus Young for 2 more years. If you trade him, $8 million, you're flexible there. I believe his first year is 7.7, so if you want to trade him at some point next year, in the next season, that's $8.3 million. Like, it's absolutely movable. It's absolutely a contract you can move. It's not a contract that you are stuck with in any way. So I really like the Thaddeus Young deal. As far as Boucher goes, again, I would have liked to have kept him to under 11.75 isn't the worst. So I'm cool with what we did to get Chris Boucher. 3 years though, it's just my only beef with Chris Boucher. It's not really beef. Like, I respect him as a player and what he did for the Raptors last year, but as soon as Chris Boucher starts to kind of slow down athletically, because he is close to turning 30, you know, that's not old, but the thing about him is as soon as that athleticism starts to kind of dwindle away, you're really gonna see the player kind of change. So he needs athleticism, needs to be the energy guy for the Raptors. Ultimately, like, he can still do that, and I hope he can continue to do that. But my only slight concern is not having a team option that 3rd year. A 3-year guarantee is something that I probably didn't want to give. I was probably looking for more 2 years, but in my opinion, it's really not the end of the world here. So what's great about keeping them under $20 million is it still opens up that mid-level exception worth about $10.4 million. Some decent players the Raptors could still go get. Dante DiVincenzo would be an excellent backup point guard. DeLon Wright as well. Bruce Brown would be a solid backup. Like, he's the guard version of the 6'7" player with a 7-foot wingspan. Gary Harris gets some good shooting. Thomas Bryant, decent center minutes. Not really that appealing to me, in my opinion, though. Cody Martin, another, like, kind of whatever type player. But these 4, especially these 3, would be really happy to pick up with that mid-level exception to fill out the roster a little bit more. Raptors kind of keep that deep team, and you know, it's not like it's top heavy and it's back heavy, but like the 8 to 12 of the roster still needs work. That mid-level exception can certainly handle that. But overall, I'm gonna have to say that getting Chris Boucher and Thaddeus Young back is a good day for the Raptors. Hopefully this day can get even better by signing a player on that mid-level exception. But keep it locked with Amateur Hour Sports.